I wasn't even talking during the meeting, and I have abundant video evidence that you can have to help exonerate me of those charges. And the arrest was brutal. There's a falsification on the 911 alleging that I was armed. I was not armed. That appears to be a lie originating from Charlie Hales' office with his private bodyguard, John Chandler, who works for the G4S Security Corporation. So G4S higher-ups are already aware that John Chandler was asked to lie to 911. And I view that as severe misconduct, that a mayor would ask a security guard to lie to 911 for a vindictive quid pro quo retaliation against an activist who just asked him to resign the week before. So Mayor Hales did this to me to punish me for asking him to resign for the O'Day scandal. And it's going to cause him more negative publicity in the end. He really didn't want to mess with me. So I'd appreciate it if you subpoena or obtain, however you do it, all the 911 call information. I've already read through most of the police reports, so I have those digitized, but I want as many subpoenas on everybody possible, because I want to know what level of collaboration Amanda Fritz and Nick Fish are doing when the mayor throws these temper tantrums at us. He's literally kicking the dog because he's so stressed out about his police chief scandals, and he shouldn't be bullying people who have previous disability accommodation requests. I am a disabled American, and when they assaulted me, the mayor knew that I was suffering a severe neck injury that impacts my mobility. And I'm pretty close to almost got paralyzed in a strangulation, neck-crushing, neck-snapping event. So when the mayor lied about me to 911 and said that I had a violent weapon, he was initiating brutality from Officers Engstrom and Waltz, who are now in investigation at Internal Affairs. So my knowledge is I have to be to court on August 5th. But to me, I'm disabled, I'm mobility restricted, I'm low income, and I don't have much patience for how the mayor wants to have a witch hunt against me. But if we're going to have to go to trial, which hopefully the DA will snap to their senses and realize this is a fictitious case, but I'm going to need bus tickets, and I'm going to need everything possible to help ship me into Portland, because I don't even live in Portland. The mayor hates...
Where do you live?
I live outside of the area. It's an $18 bus ticket, and I don't have $18 sitting around to just come in for Charlie Hales to pick on me. I happened to be in town because I was helping my elderly mother, who has Parkinson's, clean out her house. I just went down to City Hall and thought I'd keep an eye on this elderly man I know, and somehow the mayor snowballed me into his problems with these other people and attacked me. I don't think I should be punished for asking him to resign. And with him threatening me with threat of planted evidence on me, I view that as an ongoing threat and a form of harassment, an ADA violation, and discrimination against me. So that if I want to go into City Hall on the 27th to give my speech on the Americans with Disabilities Act, how do I know Charlie Hales isn't going to call on 911 and say, oh, she's got a corkscrew again? He's the mayor who cried wolf. He's a liar. He lied about me. And that's what this case is all about. And I really resent that the taxpayer has to pay for his frivolous, malicious prosecutions against people that, if we have a difference of opinion, I don't see why he can't just...
I don't know. I'm following you.
I mean, I appreciate the chance to get to work with your office and understand this, but I was trained as a paralegal, and my next goal is to go to law school. So while I'm rescuing police brutality victims and essentially working as a paralegal, getting assaulted by my client, I'm now also getting assaulted by police because the mayor doesn't like my particular brand of outspokenness, which I'm both very polite but very direct. And maybe that's why I'm so dangerous to him. Maybe that's why he has to lie about me, because I didn't do anything wrong criminally. I was arrested on false charges.
Okay. Okay, well, here's where I come into the picture, okay? So I'm a defense investigator here at the Public Defender's Office, and I work with Michael Shue, okay?
Mm-hmm.
So the first thing that I need to do is, in order for me to best help you, what I need to do is read through the discovery on your case so that I'm familiar with what it is that the nature of the charges are against you. And then I'm going to have a conversation with Michael Shue to figure out, based on kind of a team collaborative approach, what the best way of going about your defense is going to be. So I don't mean to end this conversation without giving you any sort of information, but I can't. I'm not in a position right now to be able to speak with you very intelligently or with any depth about the nature of your case until I have a better understanding of it.
Sure.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to talk with Michael Shue. I hopefully will be able to do that today, but at the very latest it'll be on Friday because we already have a meeting set up for the two of us to sit down and discuss cases. So what I would suggest is basically what I'm saying is that I need some time to familiarize myself with what's going on, okay?
Sure, I'm very honored to get to speak to you.
That being said, you can call us whenever you want to. I mean, that's not a problem at all. But it would probably be better if let me talk with Michael Shue, and then we'll be in contact with you soon, okay? Because
Okay.
what I'm seeing here is that your police reports are only about 40 pages long as they stand right now. So that's not going to take us very long to go through them and figure out what it is that's going on. And then what we'll do is, if it becomes the case that we need to, subpoena a lot of information to best, set up a defense for you, then we'll definitely begin the process on doing that. But one thing that I want to just kind of be clear with you with now at the the onset of your case, or the outset of your case, is that we're only going to be subpoenaing documents and people who are related to the defense of your particular case. If you think that there is like a large conspiracy that's going on, but that it's not pertinent to the actual legal defense of the charges that you're facing, we're only going to be able to do limited things to investigate that. Okay. However, there are other organizations in Oregon that might be able to help you out with those investigations. But our primary goal here is the defense of the current charges that you're facing. Let me see here, the criminal trespass and the disorderly conduct. So our goal is to provide you with the best possible defense for those two charges, okay?
Yeah, I totally get what you're saying. One thing I want to point out is that when you read Crooker's police report, he admits that officers were set aside on overtime at Central Precinct because there was an anticipation of wanting to arrest some random people who were thought to possibly be coming to the Wednesday open meeting. And that's a part of my allegation of conspiracy, is Crooker kind of whistleblows and or is too naive to realize what he's admitting because he doesn't quite see the big picture. I'm not sure why. And then another thing I wanted to point out is that in Allison Waltz's long-winded police report, she reports that I was present at the Marshman swearing-in. I was not. I was falsely defamed in the media as having been at this protest I never was at. And I don't like the way they snowball allege that I was at a parade I was never at. I was at a protest I was never at. And then by the time they say, and then she had a weapon she never had, the whole thing is a fabricated, framed case where I'm being alleged to do all these things that I never did. And those are the grounds upon which I'm arrested. Then when they later decide not to put a corkscrew in my bag and, we're just going to charge her with a disorderly conduct or a trespass, I was already leaving the building because when the mayor has his anger episode, it's clear heads are going to roll, and I finally realized, he's after me, and I'm not even doing anything. I was actually reading a book in the lobby. That's how much I thought I was under arrest or under a trespass exclusion. Nobody told me I was excluded from the building. But, I guess we'll get to that later, but it's also very physically exhausting for me to try to help you guys wage my defense because of my medical issues with the assault that I experienced. And Charlie Hales is very aware that I helped represent a police brutality victim who had very severe brain injury and psychiatric episodes, which ultimately became homicidal. So I'm pretty.
Okay, all right. Listen, Mary, I think we're getting a little bit in the weeds right here. What I need to do is we need to get in. I need to end this conversation so that I can read the police reports.
Okay,
And talk with
no
Michael
problem.
Shue, okay?
I'm getting
because
another call.
I don't know anything that you're talking about. Okay.
Okay, no
So
problem.
let me